Going live in 3, 2. All right, what is going on, guys? It is Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. We have had one thing after another with the different platforms, and it's been getting nuts. So thank you guys for being patient. We're going to get right into it. We're on the cusp right now of massive events, and if you haven't been following everything that's been going on, of course, Houthi now claims that they did the attacks on 2 U.S. aircraft carrier groups off of Yemen. Again, Houthi rebels that attack any kind of American ships like this. Of course, the president has said that he will hold them responsible. In fact, he says that he will hold Iran directly responsible for these. At least he said that. Again, Yemen's Houthi rebels have claimed responsibility for attacks on 2 U.S. aircraft carrier groups currently patrolling the Red Sea off of Yemen's coast on Monday, and further announced fresh drone launches on the southern Israeli cities of Ashkelon and Eilat. The Pentagon has not confirmed that the U.S. warships have come under attack, but the U.S. side has tended to remain silent in the face of similar reports by the Houthis. So again, we're not admitting that this happened. But even if they claim it, I would think that now the president is in a position where the Houthis are now saying they attacked our carrier ships, and he said that he would hold Iran responsible for those attacks. He believes that they are completely 100% funded and directed by Iran. It's funny timing considering all of the other news that's floating around this. In fact, we're going to talk about here in a second about how Iran and, of course, Russia just tied the knot. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But before I do, you have not very much time left. If you do want to go over and check out the Liberty Sale at EMP Shield, this is not only a device that will protect you against not only EMP strikes, but it will also protect you against a Carrington-level event from the sun. It is something we've recommended for years. You guys know that we have been talking about this for a very long time. I'm sure it's like beating a dead horse. But if you have been on the fence for a while, as far as getting yourself an EMP device, this is the best time to do it because now you get our discount plus their discount. Again, all of those numbers there are all in addition to our $50 off per device. Again, go over to marfooglenews.com/EMP and make sure to use the code MARF. It's easily wiring in to your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, generators, home, and again, less than 10 minutes in your car, and you're protected. All right, let's bring in my co-host/internet brother, Dex James. What is going on, and how are you doing today?
Well, hello, Adam, and hello, Foogle fam. I'm doing just fine.
All right, so, a lot to go over, and again, I'm going to add that tweet in here. Yeah, I guess I didn't put it in here. So, do you want to go over, of course, the Basant and what he expects, de-escalation and all of that?
Well, we also have the bunker busters too. So, yeah, the both of these things are big deals. But as far as Basant goes, he is saying publicly that he expects to see a de-escalation in the trade war between China and the U.S. over the tariffs. That actually helped the stock market. So as soon as he made that announcement, things started to take a turn, although they're still been in pretty much negative territory. We don't know what it really means other than it's just his words, but they are expecting China to come to the table with them. But actually, China is sort of saying, no, we're not. We're not coming to the table. We're not negotiating. We're going to hold this out. We'll fight this war just like any other war. And that's, they'll take it all the way to the end. That was their exact quote right before it got started. And they've been holding true to that up to this point. But we'll see.
And that was, again, in a closed-door meeting. But when stuff like that comes out of a closed-door meeting, you don't know what exactly is true. So I'm going to talk about this tweet, and there's a bunker buster story here. As far as with an eye on Iran, U.S. is actually sending in more bunker-busting bombs to Israel. Now, Israel and the U.S. are very tight right now as far as the current president is fully backing Israel on anything that is relating to Iran. Everybody has their own opinions about what is going on in the Middle East or what is going on in Europe. But one thing is for sure, there is a lot of action happening right now with our bombers, a third of our stealth fleet over in Diego Garcia, which would be used for either China or Iran. and of course sending these bombs, and Bagram Bagram base being possibly taken over by CIA. There's some possible big events happening. We've talked all about it in the last month. But now they said that 9 U.S. transport planes carrying bunker-busting bombs and other defensive weapons landed on Navatim Air Base near Tel Aviv in central Israel. The Israeli Broadcasting Authority CAN reported. The outlet noted that Washington also sent additional interceptors for the THAAD air defense system to Tel Aviv. So that's in addition to the David Sling, to the Iron Dome, to, of course, the Arrow system that they already have. So again, like all of this is pointing towards a huge escalation. And then look at the timing of all of this. Iran is now officially a strategic partner of Russia. Putin has signed a law ratifying a strategic partnership agreement with Iran. Now, before the thing is, you know, they had these basic agreements. They are essentially partners now. So whatever happens with Iran, whatever happens with Russia, it's all connected. Not to mention, of course, Russia and China, no limits partners. Russia with North Korea. You've got North Korean soldiers fighting on Russian soil. So I think it's odd timing. You're going to see a story that's coming out in our next show, essentially about him saying, well, oh, hey, you know, I'll take everything up to the front lines. We'll be good there. After we, of course, over the last couple of days, everybody thought, oh, as long as they ban, Ukraine from joining NATO, it looks like it's going to be a good plan. We knew that wasn't the case. There's more to it. So we'll cover that over on, of course, Marfoogle TV. But yeah, as far as this goes, this is not the end, and it is very much so about to escalate, in my opinion. What's yours? Let me know in the comments down below. We're going to cover much more, a full expanded edition of the last 24 hours over on Marfoogle TV. So make sure to join us. If you're in the chat, all you have to do is stay there. You'll be ported over. If you are watching the replay, all you have to do is click here. Be safe, be prepared, and Marf out. We'll be right back. If you want to make it to that next show, all you have to do is click on this thumb.